Live from the Rainforest is brought to you by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration and the National Science Foundation.
What you are seeing right now is a live picture direct from the heart of the Amazon rainforest. Through these trees of the forest canopy, perhaps you can just see some glints of the Rio Negro. Okay, Brazil, can you go ahead and switch to the other camera for us? There we're still seeing the water, and now we are seeing, perhaps, some woolly monkeys in the trees. These live close to the Areao Amazon Towers and Eco-Tourist Lodge, which is the logistics base for our series of live programs. You can see the trees right there. Now, last time we went out at night to hunt for frogs and listen to the sounds of electric fish. Also got up close and personal with leafcutter ants. This time we'll meet howler monkeys and dung beetles and see how researchers study rainforest birds and look for bats. And also get a student's eye view of living and working in the forest. Fish biologist Christina Cox will interact with students in Fort Myers, Florida, and we'll also see how the TV signals get back here to North America. And take questions from Sao Paulo, Brazil, since we're live all across Brazil, not just in the United States. I'm Camille McHugh, and welcome students in Brazil and North America to Live from the Rainforest. Now, let's go right back to Brazil. Marcelo, you got some monkeys there behind you, maybe one nearby?
Yeah, I think we got some monkeys here. Maybe over there we've got a golden-handed tamarin, and also some woolly monkeys that soon will be here with us.
Are they being active, or are they a little shy for our cameras today?
Well, some of them are loose here at the lodge, and they're very tame. They're very nice to handle. I just had one in my head right a couple of minutes ago. And this is a flooded rainforest, but as you can see, the water level is really low right now.
That sounds great. We've also got students from Walnut Creek Middle School in Erie, Pennsylvania with us live. Hi there. They're at NASA's Classroom of the Future in Wheeling, West Virginia, and there they are. Nice to see you, folks. Now back down in Brazil, we've got Susan Lawrence. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Camille. Hi, United States and Brazil.
All right, we have also got a panel of rainforest experts at the Smithsonian in Washington, D.C. We'll see them in a moment. They are ready to answer your email questions, so grab a pen or pencil to write down that email address. We have lots to do, so let's get going with Live from the Rainforest, Program 2, Worlds Beneath the Canopy.
Come with us now on a journey to deep in the heart of the Amazon, to the rainforests of Brazil. Listen for the sounds of life beneath the canopy. Watch for plants, birds, and fish that make this one of the most interesting places on Earth. Now, Passport to Knowledge and Mississippi State University present Live from the Rainforest. Program 2, Worlds Beneath the Canopy.
Susan, can you show us a little of what you and our camera can see from right where you are?
Right, we're up in a tower at the Areao, and we're looking down at this intense black water, which is the color of Coca-Cola. And this water is running from the Rio Negro, which hence is the river black. And it's really spectacular, and it's something you have to see to imagine that there could be so much water that's so black.
Well, Susan, that's great. I know that we're going to have lots of questions for you in just a moment, but first, Marcelo and the monkeys, what have you got for us now?
The States, and olá para o pessoal aí de São Paulo, um forte abraço. Well, here in the flooded rainforest, there are several species of monkeys, and especially here at the Areao Tower Hotel, we've got some other species from upland forest. As I said, the woolly monkey, the squirrel monkey, and hopefully be able to show some of them, and also hope to ask some questions about my work and general questions, whatever the students want to ask me.
Well, as you can see, we are truly live from the rainforest, and we hope that the monkeys don't come out of the trees and get too playful with our camera cables. But even if they do, we should still be able to answer your questions down in the electronic classroom of the National Museum of Natural History's Natural Partners program. There we've got a very knowledgeable group of experts standing by to take your email questions. In a few moments, we're going to introduce some of them. We're still waiting for their signal to come in, but they are going to be responding to your email questions all the same. So, to get your question answered, send an email to onair@passport.ivv.nasa.gov. And if you like, put a brief description of the question like fish or birds or trees in the subject line, and we hope that you will get an answer back real soon. Well, our program is called Worlds Beneath the Canopy, so let's introduce the environment that we're going to explore today.
Last time we said that the Amazon basin, so vast it's larger than the entire continental United States, was in fact many different places shaped by the acidic black waters of the Rio Negro and the sediment-rich white waters of the Rio Solimões. But it's just as true that traveling 120 feet from root to tree top takes you through many different worlds. The tallest trees in a rainforest are called emergent, and they stick up 10 to 20 meters above the thick canopy. They are home to majestic creatures such as harpy eagles and colorful butterflies. The canopy itself is so thick that it almost appears, as one explorer said, like a thick green carpet, a forest above a forest. This is where monkeys noisily travel aerial freeways, and where sloths lazily munch their fill. This is where the work of the forest gets done, where 90% of photosynthesis happens. Here the leaves are so thick that 98% of the sun's light is eaten up by plants and is almost entirely blocked from reaching the regions below. If you're a plant, this is where the action is, where you want to be. But there's more than one way of getting up to the sun. For epiphytes, air plants, the strategy is to hitch a ride on someone else's trunk to save yourself the effort and energy of building all that woody structure. Epiphytes, in turn, are home to frogs and salamanders and insects which eat the tadpoles, and in fact, they sometimes help their host trees in what is called a mutualistic relationship. They also provide pools rich in nutrients which their host will sometimes tap. But if you're a strangler fig, you're just a parasite. You twine around a handy trunk and wind your way up to the sun and then send roots back down for moisture. Who cares if you hug your host tree to death? By then, you're up where it's better and better and where the sun is, and you're home free, though your host will slowly wither away. Way down below in the understory is where life begins and ends, where the decomposers, fungi and termites, recycle fallen leaves and dead branches and organisms, releasing raw materials back into the cycle of life. Rainforest soils are surprisingly thin and lacking in nutrients, so it's this process of decomposition which nourishes new life. It's so efficient that branches rot away in weeks, and all the dead bodies soon nourish new lives. Only a few creatures travel from bottom to top, but leafcutter ants sometimes climb 300 or more meters up and down in a night to harvest plants and flowers to take back to their nest. Living symbols of how in the rainforest the web of life is an organic whole, much more than the sum of its parts. And it's this rich and interrelated whole, the many worlds beneath the canopy, that we'll explore in the remainder of this program. A typical 4 square miles of rainforest may contain 1,500 species of flowering plants, 750 species of trees, 400 species of birds, 150 species of butterflies, 125 species of mammals, 100 species of reptiles, and 60 species of amphibians. But an even smaller patch may also be home to some 42,000 species of insects.
Okay, time now for our first question from West Virginia to Marcella Leba.
Hi, my name is Jim Bodeye, and I'd like to welcome you to Wheeling Jesuit University. Along with the students from Middle Creek Township School District and Walnut Creek's Middle School, We have some questions we'd like to have answered about the rainforest. Erica.
Hi, my name is Erica DeWolf from Walnut Creek Middle School, Mill Creek Township School District,
Go ahead.
Erie, PA. My question is, are there more animals or plants in the rainforest?
Oh, hello, Erica. Nice to talk to you. You know, there's about 5 to 30 million species of living organisms in the world, and much more to be discovered. But basically, if you count the vertebrates and the invertebrates in the forest, the animals definitely are in in bigger number than the plants. And much more, like I said, especially invertebrates are still to be discovered in the near future, and some mammals just like primates and small mammals.
Go.
Hello, my name is Aaron Bisbee from Walnut Creek Middle School in Mill Creek Township School District in Erie, PA. My question is, what in your mind is the most critical animal in the rainforest?
Hello, Aaron. Well, do you know that all the animals are important, but I would say that the most important animal here in the rainforest and other forests is actually man itself, because man has the power of life and death. It has actually the power of protecting or destroying the forest. So I think the major animal who will say what's the future of the forest is man.
And now a question for Susan Lawrence all the way from Brazil. We're being broadcast via TV Cultura São Paulo.
Na Amazônia, o solo é muito fraco, tem muita chuva, o calor é muito intenso. Em algumas áreas tem bastante umidade. E, apesar de tudo isso, tem equilíbrio no ecossistema. Eu gostaria de saber por quê.
Well, that's a really interesting question, and I can think of one example where we could try to understand the balance in a rainforest, and this is to look at nutrient cycling. What happens is where trees are bringing up nutrients from the soil, and they're growing and they're producing leaves and fruits, which are then eaten by insects, birds, mammals, which are then eaten by other predators. When these species die, you know, the trees, the animals, the insects, that energy then gets transferred back to the soil where it's broken down and the trees then take it back up again. So here we have a balance of nutrient cycling.
Hi, my name is Jessica Hosterman from Walnut Creek Middle School in the Mill Creek Township School District in Erie, Pennsylvania. My question is, what tree supports the most amount of life in the rainforest?
Hi, Jessica. That's a great question. And I don't think I could actually name one tree species that supports more life than others. But we do have some types of trees that we call keystone species. And these are really important trees because they're producing fruit either all year round or during the dry times where there's no other fruit left in the forest. And there's a lot of species of animals, of insects and mammals and birds that are dependent on these trees. So they would be one good example.
All right, thanks Marcelo and Susan. Now remember, you don't have to be in Wheeling or Sao Paulo to get your questions answered. You just have to use your computer and modem from any place, anywhere around the world, and write to on air at passport.ivv.nasa.gov. And at the National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C., world-class scientists will answer your questions. Scientists like Russell Greenberg, an expert on birds, and Marcia Sitnick, specializing in biodiversity, and Charles Handley, an expert on bats and other mammals, and Matt Kane, who knows all about termites. Thanks, Smithsonian. This is really exciting. We know we've got several more of you there. We'll introduce you in a moment. Now, for more interaction, this time between fish biologist Christina Cox-Fernandez and students in Fort Myers, Florida. Special thanks to our partners at WGCU-TV and Florida Gulf Coast University. Florida is the home to the continental U.S.'s only tropical rainforest, a mangrove forest.